everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking through my labour and birth with you all, and I've got Myla and my husband Jay here with me. I think this might be the first time that you've actually come on a camera, hasn't it?
Camera shy, yeah. I like to avoid them.
So it's really nice actually. It's really weird having both of them here because this is the first vlog that we are doing with baby Myla. So I went 10 days overdue, and it was just at the start of lockdown, wasn't it? So I was due on the 22nd of March? No, 23rd of March. When was Mother's Day? 22nd. So I was due on Mother's Day, but this little one decided that she didn't want to arrive on her due date. And we then went into lockdown the day after Mother's Day, full lockdown. So in the 10 days that I was overdue for, the rules and regulations on birth visitors, birthing partners and all of that changed drastically, and I was really worried and anxious because there was rumours going around that they were going to stop birth partners altogether, and I was really
I was hoping they would.
That's not fair.
I'm joking.
No, I was really worried and anxious, wasn't I? I was literally such an emotional wreck. I don't know if it was because of my being pregnant and overdue, but literally as soon as I hit that 41 week mark, I was literally an emotional wreck. But yeah, so we had a baby in lockdown. You are a lockdown baby. How do you feel about that? So as I said, we went 10 days overdue. So I had 3 sweeps done by the midwife. Perfect. So I'm not sure if this sweep is going to work, but we shall see, so keep your fingers crossed. Then I was told to just go home, do lots of exercise, walking around and stuff, and you know, keep being active as much as possible. And I was constantly on my birthing ball, my baby go birthing ball, which was an absolute godsend. I was drinking raspberry leaf tea, which I'm not sure if it helped at all really, but I was drinking like 4 cups of them a day. I was having clary sage baths, which you can use from 37 weeks. I was doing that as well.
Having sex.
The midwife told me sex is the only way that the baby will actually come.
Paid her a tenner before she went in.
So yeah, we did have sex to try and get this baby moving, and I think it worked actually. I'm not gonna lie, I actually think it worked. So we had the 3rd sweep, we went home, didn't we? We had our daily walk again, some more raspberry leaf tea, some more clary sage, more bouncing on my ball.
I was wondering where that was going.
We started dinner around, what, 7?
About 7, yeah.
And literally as soon as dinner was ready, I said to Jack, I had like a twinge in my back, and I said, I've got like a back pain. And then the only pain I can describe it is, you know, when you're on your period and you're like, you get backache, don't you? It was that kind of pain. But I didn't think that I was in labour, you know. I just said to Jay, something's going on, I'm not sure what, but my back's hurting. And he said, well, do you think you're in labour? And I said, no, not really.
And I was like, how the hell do you not know that you're in labour?
So we had dinner and the pain went away and I forgot about it. And then about half hour, 45 minutes later, it happened again. And then it kind of went on like that for a few hours, didn't it? And then it got to about 11:30, midnight, when we were about to go to bed. And I laid in bed, didn't I? And you was proper tired. And I said to you, I think something might be starting. I said, I'm not sure quite, but I keep getting these pains in my back. And you was like, do you want to try and get some sleep?
Yeah.
And I laid in bed for about 20 minutes and the pain happened again. And these pains were getting like slowly more and more intense. So I woke you up, didn't I? So I brought my ball into the bedroom, my birthing ball, and was bouncing up and down on that for a while. What time was that?
That's probably midnight onwards.
Yeah, so I brought my birth ball into the bedroom and was bouncing on that in between contractions, but they were coming in around about every 20 minutes. And I mean they were painful, but at this stage they were bearable. But then I guess around 2 a.m. we kind of got the TENS machine out as they were getting quite intense now. We hired the TENS machine from Baby TENS, and we put it on, didn't we? Around what time did we put that on?
What was that? 3 a.m.
I had to go into the front room because the bedroom was just too much. I just kept looking at that bed thinking I want to go to sleep, but I couldn't.
So we put some wow music on in the living room.
So we put some yoga music on. We were following the hypnobirthing plan that we had listened to. The Positive Birth Company have a digital pack. So we had just completed the digital pack, and one of them was get some relaxing music on. So we put some yoga music on, which was actually really relaxing, and it did calm me down and distract me. It might have sent you to sleep.
Yeah.
But you was good. You reminded me of my breathing techniques and whatnot.
Put
so
the fake candles on.
Yeah, we put the LED candles on and we turned the lights off, so it kind of set the mood for us. But because all the pain was in my back, I had no pain in my stomach, which I think is really strange, because she wasn't back to back. Because I know that some people say when they are back to back, it's quite intense pain in your back, but she was the right way round, and I had no pain in my front. It was all in my back. And when I spoke to my mum about it, she said that with both me and my sister, she had back labour, and it's really painful. And I was like, oh great. So we carried on bouncing on my ball until about 5 a.m. Yeah. And then I probably text my mum at this point. I tried calling her a few times, but she didn't answer the phone. Obviously, it was 5 a.m. But then I texted her and said that I think I'm in labour. We got to about 6 a.m. and the pain was just too intense. Like they were coming every 2 in 10, or maybe like the odd one 3 in 10 minutes. It was the Positive Birth Company recommended it. It was called the Freya app, and basically every time you have a contraction, you pressed the button in the app on the phone, and it kind of times your contractions for you, and then it counts them and tells you how many contractions you're having within 10 minutes. And it was at this point where they was saying they're getting more regular, and they had a few where it was every 3 in 10 minutes, wasn't it? So we called the hospital just to let them know that we were in labour. And I was really determined to stay at home for as long as possible, because at that time they were only allowing birth partners in once you were in established labour. So hello. So once you was in established labour, which is 4 centimetres or more, and I really didn't want to go into hospital and find out that I was like 1 centimetre dilated. That's what we did, didn't we? We stayed at home till 8 o'clock?
Yeah, about 8 o'clock.
And then we started getting ready. I went into hospital in my pyjamas, I think. Did I go in my pyjamas? I did, didn't I?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So, Leo,
Making an appearance.
we're telling everyone about your story on how you arrived. Yes. Yes, we are. Honestly, she's such a good baby. So then I went into hospital around, I think we got there, by the time we parked up, it was about 9 a.m. So we went up to the labour ward and we drove up to the hospital. I can't even remember the drive from our flat to the hospital, to be honest. I was in quite a lot of pain at this point, and yeah, I mean, it's only a short drive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, so literally we drove there and you parked up outside maternity.
Yeah, right outside.
Yeah, so we literally just parked up, and it was really strange because all of the staff were obviously going into work at this point, and it was the hospital was on lockdown, so the staff were having to go through kind of like the maternity entrance, wasn't it? And there was what, 2 guys?
There's 2 bouncers on the doors.
Yeah, there was like 2 bouncers pretty much standing on the door like they were, you know, outside a nightclub, checking everyone's IDs and stuff. I mean, my ID was my big pregnant belly. I'm still using my TENS machine, which, can I just say, was an absolute godsend. Literally, it got me through the early stages of labour, definitely. She's currently obsessed with my hair clip. That's what Jay's like playing with her. We got up there and Jay,
To wait outside, didn't I? Until you'd been examined.
Yeah, so at this point the TENS machine had like come undone and it wasn't working, and I was like getting more and more frustrated because Jay was the one that was going to fix it for me and he wasn't there. No, you can't have your baby at the birthing suite because you're too big. And I said,
too big, they
yeah.
said.
And I was like, well, what do you mean? And she was like, well, did your midwife not tell you you're too big, you can't have your baby here? No one had told me this. The one thing that I learned throughout the course of being pregnant was the fact that, you know, things are not going to go to plan, so you might as well not plan them. So anyone who is watching and is pregnant, don't get your hopes set on a particular style of birth, because it may not go the way that you want, and just be prepared. Even if you do think, you know, you want a water birth or a home birth or whatever kind of birth you want, just be prepared for it to not go to plan. But yeah, so we went down to the labour ward again, and again you wasn't allowed in, was you?
No, I had to wait in the car until you'd been examined again.
And I then got put into the triage section. Do you want to take her?
Yeah.
So it's like a mini A&E for pregnant women, so you get assessed first for them before you can actually go on to the labour ward. So the triage unit was amazing. Yeah, but I think when I was having contractions, I was more focused inwards on the breathing and what the hypnobirthing taught me and how to breathe properly and my visualizations. So I was concentrating on that instead of the pain itself. Even though they were super painful, I think that was kind of distracting me and taking my thoughts away. So the kind of vocal part of the pain didn't kind of come, did it? Even in the later stages.
Yeah, not really, no.
And she said that baby's heart rate was extremely high for someone who is overdue. So they were expecting... Look at her face. Oh dear. They were expecting her heart rate to be actually lower than normal. So the doctor came round, checked her out and said, you know, we're going to have to monitor you closely because of baby's heart rate. So they weren't going to send me back up to the birth suite, which was a shame. But so then they examined me and checked to see how far along I was dilated. And the first thing I said to the midwife, please don't tell me that I'm 2 centimetres dilated. And she said, oh no, you're not, you're 4 centimetres dilated, so you can tell your husband to come in now. I was like, yes! I was like, yes, thank you! I was so happy. So then I FaceTimed you, didn't I? And told him where I was and that he can come straight away. So you brought all the hospital bags, didn't you?
Yeah. Bag of snacks that you wanted.
And I didn't eat any of them, did
No.
I?
Well, you left.
I had a lovely midwife and a student midwife come in, laying down. They gave me gas and air, and I just remember saying to the midwife, "I'm sorry, I don't think this is working. I don't think it's on." And she just laughed at me, did she? And I kind of remember turning around to Jane and was like, "Why is she laughing at me?"
No, seriously.
No, seriously, I don't think it's working. But I think the more you breathe in, it kind of, I don't know what it does, to be fair, but it seemed to help somehow.